People, you got to get ready for the coming of Jesus. He's very close to coming. And the prophesied events that were already prophesied long time ago are going to start very soon this year, or towards the end of the year of 2020. If you do not, the best way to get ready is to ask and pray immediately that God may come to help you and save all of you at this time, because we are about to witness big major events taking place. If you see me walking out in the street, don't think that I'm out to harm anyone. Rather, on the contrary, I'm here to inspire trust in Jesus and our Lord, so that all people may come together, prayer, and ask God to save them little by little. I am here, but I have not been fulfilling my duties that I was supposed to fulfill. It could be a lot of distraction that is happening to me right now. I really hope that all people will listen and be touched by the Holy Spirit right now. May God touch your spirit at this time, your heart, to understand how important it is, of utmost importance, that you really listen to what I'm saying to you. Please, do not put one single moment away to going back to doing what you were doing before. Right now is so important that you pay close attention and do as God has been asking us to, so that you won't have to die. When the shaking of the earth and the cosmic events are really close to happening. It's already 2020, the middle of the year. Please get ready so that nothing bad will happen. Please. Time is very, 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 very almost up, in only seconds left before to get up and think that God is the most important thing in your life, that he's the number one top priority, that you have to put him before all else. And if I could go out looking for people were putting me down, were cutting my threads that I had before in order for me to help others, and that is very serious, because they did not realize that what they thought of me was that I was going after trying to hurt them, when in reality it was the opposite of that. But you have to put yourself first, in first, confront the Lord and beg him to inspire you to feel his presence. If you do not already feel his presence, ask him to bless you, ask him to come inside of your body and take precedence there for now. And remember, this is the only final chance for you to be able to rise, to go up into heaven, and be ready when God makes his first appearance coming down from the clouds. A lot of people have been ruining my reputation, telling others lies about me, which of course are not true. Those things that they have said about me is to ruin the plan that he gave me, to inspire people to come closer to him and recognize and know him better. Right now, people are not doing that because they have been believing the lies. Cut the beliefs, because those things of believing will lead you into a nightmare that you do not want either. So I know that it sounds kind of strange for me to be telling everyone this, but it is real, of utmost importance that you listen, so that God may always put his care over you. I'm not the one that's going to be taking care of you. if many people have been ruining my reputation by saying that, I'm not going to do that because I have other things that God has me to do as well. I need you to listen so that you won't be believing the darkness in the eyes of people and the facial pics that they put about you, and slandering your reputation, ruining and putting you down through using money as a constraint, and not as just as a constraint, but using occult sciences against you with the money, and ruining your reputation, doing harming you, your life, and everyone else's, keeping everyone down too as well. Because if I would have been able to have risen up and done what exactly the way he told me to do, I would not be in this situation at this moment. I would look different. I would be a lot better off, and I would to be able to do what God asked me to do, to warn all people that this is a warning, that if you do not listen right now, I'm not trying to sound nasty, but if I'm trying to get your attention to put all things away right now and put only God's important messages that He wants me to relate to you, so that you may be able to come and recognize that I'm not ordinary in the ways the world considers ordinary, and I'm not timely the way the world considers timely. I'm saying that I am something that is a mystery for some people, and I'm saying this with the truth, that I know that people who do not listen, who have been keeping you down, breaking your trust in God and knowing God better off, and so you have to really listen in this moment. If you do not, you're going to face the consequences, and because you did not listen. And I'm really telling you in all truth that I'm not going to spread any lies about anyone and no one as they did to me. So I really do want you to understand that this is not about living an ordinary life right now, trying to get well with income. Health right now is of most super important, that you really get it in your heads that we are not safe at this moment, that all of you have to get ready for the coming that's coming. The great tribulation is called the great tribulation, and the death, because you believed in lies. You believed in those who told you lies about me, and lies about the faith, and lies about every Christians and other people, and we know for a fact that you will only find salvation in Jesus. No one else can save you. No money, no idol, nothing will save you except Jesus. And so I'm telling you, praying to God that I may be able to touch your heart just by the words that I'm saying to you, and that you recognize that I am just like I told you before. All this is occult sciences. All these things are occult and very hidden, and some of it contains information that should not be accessible to regular people, because they do not know how to handle those things well, and interpret the sophisticated things that are contained therein. For those people who recognize that, I commend you, and that I really hope that you, when you see me walking out in the street, you will understand that I'm not saying that it is a dangerous moment in history right now, and the tribulation it can happen beginning of the second half of the 2020, or later in the year, by September, October, November, December. I'm not sure. I only know that it is really of utmost importance that all of you pay attention and do like I told you to do. Do not look at my face and then think that I'm strange looking or anything, and because even though it may look that way, it might be completely different than that. If I look like I'm getting darker, Don't be astounded at that either, because there's something that I know I've told before about occult sciences and all these lies that they perpetrate to ruin your reputation and get you down and keep you almost like locked up, and they and no way else if you don't have a family. If I don't have a family, it might be for a reason, because all of them are also hypnotized into thinking things about me and putting me even to the point of destroying my life. And I'm not about to let go of it, because I'm going to continue to push forward in the situation that I'm under right now, to in order that all people may come closer and understand that this is about faith. This is about believing in the truth. This is about believing in Jesus as the truth. He is the truth, the way, and the life. No one can go to the Father except through him, not me. And if people say something other than that, they're heretics and spreading lies, living in a lie, and through the lies, putting me down through occult sciences. That is why most people look at me strangely when I walk out on the street. They're thinking that I'm about against the truth and against them, and they are the ones that are living in a focused lie. Okay? Focused lie. This is a time when we are supposed to become aware of the situation, that it is dangerous to go out and thinking that life will continue the way it's been going. And I'll give you some hints of what's going to come. There will be a heat coming, I think, from the sun, and it will be extremely hot, and many people might even die when that happens. And that's only part of it. There's a lot more coming. There's a celestial cloud surrounding the orbit of the earth, coming closer and closer, and it could be in due to a comet that's coming closer to the earth, and it might hit the earth. And I think it's coming because a lot of people don't realize the situation and the life we're living. So please put everything away at this moment, and don't think about anything, and don't think about being put down and not letting you grow the way that God wanted you to grow, because you have light in you, because you have life. And if you think that the others have more light than you do, it's because they don't have enough light already, so that they will live in a lie too. So that's what I mean. Those are the ones that are going to face the truth. Well, eventually, when Jesus comes down, he said in the scriptures that the Antichrist will be destroyed through the breath of God and the glory of God coming down the clouds. So let me remind you another thing that the Bible says. In the first letter of John, it says that the Antichrist is not just a single person. It is a group or a body of people who are against him. So don't be fooled and thinking that one leader is the Antichrist. He will have that body will have a head, and that head will be a person who will lead everything to complete destruction. The world right now is heading closer and closer to a destructive force, and this destructive force is not going to be coming from God, the true God. There's only one true God, and no one else is true, but only Him. So if we move away from that knowing Him, He will not receive us into His body, and then His body will be saved. And so we have to really, really apply the truth right now, in knowing that nothing, no matter how intelligent they are or how huge they have made themselves becoming, can understand the truth about what's coming about to them. And I remember another verse that Jesus said in the Gospels. He said that those who betray God will have to face a very harsh judgment, and will be confined in a place. In that place is not something that you might want to even know it exists. Hell exists. But this is not going to be the second death. It's going to be a lot worse than the second death, because you have made your truth into a lie, and the lie will consume you eventually. And then you won't have anything to do after that, because it's going to be too late. Recognize the truth right now. A lot of people believe in relativism and science. Those are occult things as well. We are not supposed to converse with things that of that high nature and high sophistication. We're supposed to put our God inside of our bodies, making sure that He dwells in our hearts and gives us the life that He wants us to have, and for us to be able to grow into a better human being, into a more sophisticated human being, so that we may be able to continue our life and living with God forever. So don't let the devil take away your truth. Your truth is that you are filled with life, and life will eventually be illuminated, eventually, in turning into a very beautiful creature that God intended you to be. If anyone puts you because they think they're better than you, that's pride. Eventual pride will eventually lead to their own self-destruction eventually, whether they accept it or not. It doesn't matter who accepts the truth and who doesn't accept the truth. I myself have known that truth is the only way to be saved in this world. Without it, you cannot never see God. When you want to see God, you have to have a pure heart, and those who have impure hearts are going to find it very difficult to find God and see God in fullness. But when you have a pure heart and moved by God, He fills you with His love, and He makes you love Him more, so that He loved you first, and we love Him back, as a reciprocal understanding of what this is about, love. And if we don't recognize now, we'll lose our place in that kingdom of His, and that kingdom is found in His heart, in God's heart, and that is the universe we have to, in kingdom, that we have to come to Him in order to be able to receive the glory that He intends for His creatures, that we will be perfect, and if we come to Him, live with Him now and unto eternity. In time and in eternity we will be with Him. In time and in eternity we will be with Him. So I'm telling you, be ready for the terrible things that are coming in the tribulation, and the great white throne judgment will eventually come afterwards, when we and the rest of the future, leave it to God. For Him, He alone is worthy to have all authority to know what to do to us. It is the free will we have, that He gave us to choose good or bad. We need to choose good and not bad, because bad it seems good. And remember, everything is white right now, and black, and reversible. Black, white, white, black. Remember, inside there's always an invisible force and a life force that God has intended for all His true creatures. Those who are not true will not face it. Will not be able to face or stand, and will be able to remain standing. But those who know God will be able to remain standing and intact. Those who put the lies away and turn to prayer, because prayer will eventually lead to find the truth, and you will find salvation when you pray. Lightning and thunder I hear just out the window right now. Out the window, I hear the lightning, and that's probably a storm coming, but it might be related to more than just a store outside in this area where I'm located. It might be a storm, and the darkness, and it's close to sunset, but I'm in North America, okay. I'm close to the state of Wisconsin at this time. The future doesn't know. I don't know where God will lead me. He's been telling me to stay put right now, because He says that it's so close that if I go anywhere else, I might face death too. Okay, so please get ready, and I have remember that that the rest of the hours left for today. Today is 26th, Friday, the 26th of June, 2020. It is it's 7 o'clock p.m. in my area right now, and I just want all of people to not let go of the truth and hold to continue to live with God. God bless you, and have a rested evening tonight. Please put prayer first right now and turn to God.